This
Technical difficulty.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay. um, Thank you all for being patient with us. We had a few technical difficulties, but we're getting that together as we speak. So on this call, we have myself, Frank, of course, Mr. Ancan himself, Barbara, Kathleen, Lynn, Mary, and Regina. So hi to everybody. And happy Rare Disease Post Week. I hope everybody had a good weekend and they represented well for the big purple snowflakes. And is anybody brand new here? Is this anybody's first time? Everybody here looks like they've been here before. And that's awesome. Hi, Mary. We've talked about you so much in the last week.
Oh,
It's been all good stuff, though.
oh, good,
It's
good.
been all good.
Hey,
It's been
Regina.
good.
What up? What up?
Miss Regina is Miss Rare Disease Week herself, honey.
She was killing it.
She killed Rare
Oh,
Disease Week in Capitol Hill this week.
I'm telling you what, it was a big eye opener. It was fantastic. I loved it. I would love to go again. However, I'm pretty
How,
sure it won't be feasible.
I was gonna say, how do your feet feel after all that walking?
My feet are tired. I got in about 50,000 steps last week.
Oh goodness, God bless your heart.
Yeah.
So if you could, Regina, kind of share one or two things that stuck out the most about Rare Disease Week to you.
What most stuck out about me was all the people from all over the country and just how amazing and how big it was. It was like, woo! I'm still reeling from it because it was awesome. I remember the one story the lady was saying she had some kind of rare disease, and she told the audience, she was up on stage, she told the audience about how she had posted on Facebook, and then how that went to somebody else and somebody else, and then that last person sent it to a doctor. That doctor contacted that lady and said, "Where have you been?" This was when we were at the NIH, and that lady, and he said, "Where have you been all these years? Because we've already had this drug already made up. We've had this drug sitting on our shelf for like 20 years." I'm
Wow.
like, "Oh my gosh!" And what's weird about it is this lady has this disease, and her two sons have it, and there's only 10 people in the whole United States with it. Yeah, I can't remember what the disease is, but I was just literally shocked. I wish somebody would tell us that they have this drug for us sitting on a shelf somewhere and they just haven't found it yet, but they
Right.
need it.
Yeah.
Was
So,
that Nina?
huh?
Was that Nina?
Um, she was in a wheelchair and she has two little boys.
They just had surgery? You know?
I'm not sure if they had surgery or not. They didn't mention that, but she wasn't up there very long. But that
It
name
sounds like
does
Nina.
sound familiar.
Mm. Well,
Well, you do have another caller here, though, I see.
okay, that's awesome. Thank you, Regina, for sharing that. And for those who haven't been to Rare Disease Week and have experienced that, that's something that you at least want to experience at least one time in your life.
Yes.
Don't live with this disease so long that you don't get as much education about it as possible, because it's our job to educate everybody else about the things that we go through, because clearly ain't nobody else trying to help us. So in this instance, Rare Disease Week is one of those things that is going to help us help ourselves.
You have one thing to say, and me and Mary can attest to this.
Okay.
We do have an ally up in the representatives up in New Jersey. He
Okay.
told his story and told us about how his mother passed away with the condition. He has a passion for helping us out, and he did state that if we ever need his help, he's there for us.
Oh, we need his help.
Yes.
We definitely need his help. Mary, did you enjoy your week on Capitol Hill?
Yes, I did. It was exhausting, as you know, those of you who have been know. I think I
Several
spent
times.
like all of Saturday and Sunday sleeping and not moving much. But it was amazing. It was great. It was so many people from so many walks of life, and just the opportunity to be surrounded by people who get it, who understand being a patient or a caregiver for people with, any rare disease.
Awesome. Okay.
That is true.
So I see we have a caller. Someone just called in. Hey, caller number 2.
Hi, this is Cheryl. I called in like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, hey, Cheryl. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine.
Hi,
Awesome.
Hi.
Okay. So, Mary, can you give us 1 or 2 things that stuck out to you about the week?
Let's see. Well, as Regina said about Josh Gottheimer, that he wants to help, which is fabulous. For me, I was working it, so it was I got to see it from a different point of view, which was really interesting. I'm trying to think any highlights, because I wasn't really able to attend many of the events, so it was more my interacting with different people and coming, seeing where they are in their process, whether they're also at the beginning or the middle or whatever point they are in their process. And I know that with Sark, we are relatively at the beginning of how we are going, getting to the point of getting successful treatments. But that doesn't mean that we are far behind.
Right.
So
Right.
it's definitely, it gave me hope anyway that, it's doable, because, other organizations have been able to get the support and be able to make progress. So yeah, I guess I just got a little rejuvenated hope.
Well, though, just to piggyback off of Mary, this meeting that we had was a special meeting for people with sarcoid, and it was only 3 of us. It was me, myself,
Barbara.
Mary, and Barbara Cook James.
Yep.
And she was a fabulous woman. I've never met her before, and now she feels like my best friend.
Hmm.
And she says, "Hi, Frank."
Everybody knows Frank.
But yeah, it was, oh my gosh, if you've never been before, you need to really go. You need to try it out, and experience it, because it was just an awesome eye opener, and actually it solidified my reason for becoming a patient advocate.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, Frank, it's on you. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how is everybody doing?
Good.
Some of us are tired
Yeah.
from different things, whether it be FSR training or Kathleen was well, you were judging, right? Yeah. So,
Oh, you're
and
judging
then
me? Yes.
her dancing, yes.
Oh,
And
good.
then,
Oh, cool.
of course, the Rare Disease Week. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. I can't do both the FSR training and that together.
It's a lot.
I tried it.
It
I
was a
tried it.
lot. Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
can do it. I know. Yeah. I tried it. I think I did it 2 times that way, and nah, it was not good. Rodney has tried it before too, right, Rodney?
Yes, how's everyone doing tonight?
Yeah,
We're
Rodney.
doing great, Rodney.
Good.
It's the Mardi Gras.
Hey, la blah.
How was your Mardi Gras?
Fun as always, man.
Do you remember it?
Oh yeah, of
Right.
course. Those days are fast by, Frank.
Yeah. So, yeah, and Mary, thank you for keeping us in touch with everybody for, for Rare Disease Week and coming to our FSR training. That was
I know.
really nice
Nice
of
to
you.
pop in and see some of you in person.
Frank, I want to
Yes.
say one thing. Reemphasize what Chasta said about everyone should at least go to Rare Disease Week one time in their life. Eye-opening experience, and I've done it twice. You and I were together one year, holding down the back wall, or holding up the back wall. It's
Was it
something.
maybe easier?
I think it's something that everyone should do and get it.
Yeah, and if you can't do that, the Rare on the Road program, I highly recommend that. And this year, the Rare on the Road program, it's a 1-day condensed version, and that'll be going to North Carolina, San Francisco, Minneapolis, and New Orleans.
Ooh, that's
Mary,
you, right?
send me the information for North Carolina. That's my neighbor.
We're going to be in Raleigh, and that's the first one. That's
Oh,
at the end of March.
that's the week. So I know.
Yeah, sign up. And
And
if
you
you're
come to New Orleans, Shasta.
I'm always down to come to New Orleans.
And if you're far from it, apply for a stipend, because they are still giving stipends out for that. So get a little, travel money.
That's actually how I got to the Rare Disease Week. Is I applied for a stipend, and I was awarded $800. And then my mom paid for the rest of it.
And you gotta sign. When we did
Huh?
it, I thought they got denied.
I can barely hear you.
I said when I applied for the stipend the year that I went, it got denied.
Both times I tried, I received it. So
Mm-hmm.
Keep
I
applying.
went 8 years. I went 8 years and never. It was never. I always got denied. I think for me, it's because of New York being so big. They only really try to do a couple from each state, if that, if one or two. So, but
I
yeah,
can tell you
in 8 years
inside
when I
scoop on
went.
how
And
to
I
get
think
a stipend.
that's what mine was too. I think because so many people had already signed up to go from South Carolina, I think they went on ahead and said the people who came at first did. So I think that's what the issue was when I applied 2 years back.
I'll tell you how it works. That's how they select it. Is it's a combination of factors. One is the distance. Two is they want a variety of disease represented. They also want to either see that you're active in advocating, or that if you're just starting out and you just really, want to get going with it. So those are some of the factors. Race is a part of the factor too. Age is another factor, because they want a diverse range of diseases and representation. So if you have not gotten one and you're not an average white male, keep trying. Sorry, Frank.
like Frank and myself.
Like I said, I mean, it's not that big of a deal for me because of the travel. It's not that expensive. But yeah, unfortunately for me, I was told at that time, all except for the very first time, was that they were trying to give it to new people and weren't giving it. So I kept on losing. But I see we have a new caller in here. Hello, caller.
Frank, that was me. I got disconnected, so I called back. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
Uh,
Girl, don't be confusing us.
So I don't know if you have an agenda today, but I have good news that I got today, which I'm really happy about. I had a full body PET scan on Monday, and I got some of the results, and my results were that yes, I still have active SARC in my heart, but the active SARC in my other organs is no longer active. That there's still, I know that there's
I'm glad.
still
Good for you.
damage, but yay, to the fact that my other organs, for whatever reasons, I'll take it, seem to be
Woohoo!
shining. So yes, I'm pretty happy
Good
about
for
that.
you. Good for you.
I
Happy for you.
Amazeballs.
also see we have a new person named Marvin. Are you there? I can't even unmute him.
Is there
Well,
something?
Hello?
There we go.
I don't know. All right. Yeah, Marvin. Yeah, you would have to unmute yourself.
he's gone now.
Yeah, he just left.
There we go. Oh, maybe. I see a couple like Rodney is coming. I see him in here 3 times now.
Mhm. Y'all
Yeah,
know y'all know Rodney extra.
Well,
I
I
know.
have a situation I just wanted to talk about.
Sure. Just so you guys like, Cheryl was. I mean, not Cheryl. Chasta was saying earlier that we are having a lot of problems with this. With GoTo. I guess they are updating or trying to update their systems because it even looks different for me. But like I had to call in. My speakers weren't even working, or my microphone for some reason in here. So just bear with us on this. Hopefully they'll have it fixed by our next meeting. But I see Agnes came in.
Hi, everyone.
Agnes, you there?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Kathleen, can you double screen and go answer Rodney in the group?
What happened?
I was asking Kathleen to go answer Rodney's question in the group.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with this. But Regina, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I want to talk about insurance for a moment because I'm very perturbed with my insurance. So you guys know that I got approved for Remicade, and my Remicade was going just fine from August until December. And then in November, I was having issues. So they redid my prescription so that I can get Remicade every 4 weeks, and it got approved. And it was supposed to start here in January. So I had my first Remicade infusion on January the 3rd. Then I had my second one on January 31st. And because I couldn't do it in February, because being at Rare Disease, we took my day away, I just did it yesterday. So what I have been experiencing is not getting my EOBs, explanation of benefits. And plus, I was trying to figure out why I hadn't received any invoices so that I can pay, my portion of my Remicade. So I went online today, looked up at my insurance, and I saw this bill for $66,097.49. My insurance denied my claims. And I was like, whoa. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. So what I did is I called the insurance company and talked with them today and explained to them what was going on and that I had a pre-approval way back in November, because every year our insurance starts all over again in January 1st. So she actually found it and she could not figure out why it got missed. So anyway, they're working on that. Now I got to wait another 30 to 45 days for them to approve it before I can even use my Jensen financial aid card, because I got the financial assistance, but I can't use the card yet until the insurance does their part. Isn't that crazy? All the stuff that we have to go through. Not only that, I think something got screwed up somewhere, and so I had to send an email to our HR, our big HR department in West Lafayette, because either they're not working with CVS specialty drug company anymore, or they've sold my name and there's headhunters out looking for, looking for patients or whatever. I can't explain what I'm trying to say. But anyway, in December, I received a call and a letter from a company saying they was part of Purdue and it was called Archimedia. So I looked up Archimedia, found out they were a specialty drug company. I never called them back because when I got that letter, it says you must, and I think I talked to you about this once before, Frank, you must get Inflectra by April the 1st. Well, I never called that person back, but that person called me, tried to call me back in January, and I just ignored them. Well, anyway, I got another call from another drug specialty company called Arcadia. So, and I had looked them up, found out they were a drug, specialty drug. They called me and said, Miss Gordon, we're trying to process your claim, and can you afford $3,600? I'm like, no. So what they did is they gave me the number for Jensen. I got all that squared away, and they said, once you get those numbers, call us back with those numbers. So I did that. But then while we were having this conversation, she said, well, when you get ready to have your infusion, we're going to send the medicine to your doctor. I'm like, but why? I don't get my infusions at my doctor's office. I get my infusions at Coram CVS Specialty Pharmacy. And so they said, well, we'll just send the medicine there. I said, why? They already have the medication there for me. So I talked to the CVS yesterday when I was getting my infusion, and they said that they don't even work with that company, and they have never even heard of them. So now I'm probably screwed. I hope I'm not, but I gave my BIN numbers from my Jensen Financial Assistance Package to Coram, and let's see if that works. In the meantime, I sent an email to corporate headquarters and let them know what's going on, and they need to figure out what's going on. And I asked them, I said, did you sell my name? Are these headhunters? And what's going on, because our insurance is starting to be screwy anyway, and it's going to get worse next year. So anybody experience anything like that with their insurance?
I did a couple years ago, but it wasn't that deep as what you had to go through. And so what the lady did at my daughter's office, she started looking for grants. And I think we talked about this at training. She started looking for grants, and I got my grant through Johnson and Johnson. As long as my situation, doesn't change financially, they're going to pay for my Inflix and for my Remicade as long as I need it.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing I have to do is renew the grant every year. So I
Well,
just
see,
renewed this past October, and got approved until this next October. And so I get mine every 6 weeks. You get yours every 4. I get mine every 6. And so every 6 weeks I get it. They pay for my copay, they pay for the pre-meds, and they pay for the drug.
so my insurance is supposed to take care of most of it. And then my Jensen is supposed to kick in and pay for the medication portion of it. And all I'm supposed to do is pay for $5. So when I talked to Coram yesterday, they said the only bill that you should really get from us, if all this stuff is going on, is the nurse bill, which shouldn't be that much money. So I don't know. I'm just like totally confused and just I've been discombobulated all day. So I have to tell y'all, I went and bought 2 bottles of wine. So when I get off of here tonight, definitely having me a drink. It's been crazy. You know, my whole week was already filled with sarcoid stuff, and then to have to deal with this today, you know, no. So, but that's my thing for today. So,
I was
I'm
telling you,
fighting
it's like a
insurance once
part-time
again.
job.
Huh?
It's like a part-time job managing all this
Yes.
stuff. Part-time to full-time, keeping track of everything. It's
And
crazy.
we as patients should not have to be dealing with this kind of stuff. That makes your stress level go up. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
don't need to be stressed out.
No.
You know, I'm like, oh wow. Hey, somebody just logged on.
Yeah,
It
I'm
says
waiting for them
waiting
to.
for me.
I know Rodney's having a lot of problems, and I know Rick is really trying to work on it. He's on the phone with me, so.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
back.
You sure you're back?
For now.
Okay.
Hi.
Barbara, I have you on mute. Wait. I think you. I know you wanted to say something.
Hi, how are you? This is Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. I was out to dinner with my husband and I totally forgot about the time. Sorry.
Oh,
Nice.
you're fine.
So nice to see all of you. I don't know
Barbara,
if you
did
can
you want
see
to
me,
do?
but can you see me?
No.
No.
You have to hit the. There's a little button.
What do I have to do?
There's a camera button.
Oh, that makes sense. Where's the camera button? Oh, I see.
It should be on the bottom.
Now you see me.
Soon.
And you
Hopefully.
see where I am? Look where I'm leaving. Havana Central.
We don't actually see anything yet.
Can you see me now?
Nope.
Oh, do I have to push share my webcam or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. How's
Hello.
that?
See you now.
I'm just getting ready to leave Havana Central. Just give me 1 second. Just keep talking. Okay.
Carolyn, I'm gonna just mute you for a second, so Barbara can speak. Go ahead, Barbara.
Sorry. Sorry.
Just had a couple questions. I have a lot of pain on my right side and then bleeding about, like rectal bleeding about once a month. And my doctor did a HIDA scan, showed there wasn't gallbladder problems, but I'm still having the problems. But with all of the medications and the side effects, I'm trying to figure out what pain meds would be best to take that wouldn't interact with some of the prednisone and methotrexate and everything else. Just over the counter things. I've been trying to avoid most of it, but
Honey, you said the root word prednisone.
I know
That's a scary word around here.
they
I
are
know.
dropping it down. They dropped it to 10, but then I was diagnosed with bacterial bronchitis last week, and the doctor wanted to raise it back up. I said, let me wait a few days, and I haven't raised it back up. It's still at 10.
Do you incorporate like honey or anything in your diet?
Yeah, I try to do like some herbal tea with honey.
Okay. Honey, and do you do turmeric also?
Yeah, I take care of
So put a little bit of turmeric in your tea when you drink it, because that'll help naturally with the inflammation. That's what I do. And I haven't been on prednisone, I want to say, for 6 years now.
it.
Yep, completely prednisone free.
Nice.
And also, you can get with their teas. There's a tea that Walmart, Publix, and I want to say Kroger has it. It's called Throat Coat. That'll help with some of the coughing.
Okay.
They don't all taste good. One of them, unless you like the licorice flavor, I don't like the licorice flavor, but because it's the tea, I can handle it. One of them is has a licorice flavor. The other one has like ginger in it, and stuff
Yeah, the
like that.
ginger
So
tea
it's
is
called
actually
Throat Coat. It's in the yellow and the Throat Coat is in a red and yellow bottle. Box. I want to say, and it's about 13, maybe 16 tea bags in there for maybe like $4.
Okay.
So yeah, that'll help with some of the inflammation and stuff, and the bronchial stuff that's going on.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's starting to clear up. I was basically unconscious for a day and a half a couple of weeks ago, but now I'm getting better finally.
glad to
Good.
hear
I'm glad
that.
you're feeling better.
So, did anybody else have anything they wanted to bring up tonight? Just for me.
I did have one more question. Um,
Sure.
uh, I, I've gone through all of my health savings account that I had when I was working. I'm down to less than $100. Um, Obviously, I still have bills coming in. What do people do? You mentioned something about grants. I think Chasta maybe did. How do you apply for those? Or
So the grants that I was speaking of assist you with medical expenses, as far as like getting medicine, because Remicade, I mean, nobody can really afford it out of pocket unless you're a millionaire walking around in the street. And so they pay for the drug itself, again, my copay and my pre-meds. And so the grant the only grants I know of are medical expenses. I just learned about Regina and I just learned about a company that I'll message you about, that helps with other things, as far as what costs.
yeah, it's mostly the medical expenses that I'm concerned about. My husband and I can pay the rest of those.
Barbara, can you apply for Medicaid?
Um, no, I'm not sure what the guidelines are.
Barbara, a
I
lot of the pharmaceutical companies have programs that will assist you with getting medications, and a lot of times free, but it's based on income.
Right. Hard to hear.
See, Chasta talk. I can't hear what you're saying.
You're
Right.
breaking up, Chester, real bad.
I'll say.
Okay, now I can.
Does anybody have severe coughing all the time?
This is Agnes, and I did for about 2.5 years. And the only thing that stopped it is the Cellcept.
Wow. And where can you get that?
The doctor has to order it.
Oh dear.
I go.
He never ordered
I have.
anything for me.
I went to my pulmonologist knew about sarcoid and had treated it, but she sent me to the sarcoid specialist at the University of Iowa. And he put me on CellCept, and it cleared up the sarcoid in the eyes and also stopped the coughing and the itching because I have it on the skin as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I take 2,000 milligrams twice a day.
Wow, that seems like an awful lot, no?
That's 4 pills a day, but it works. So
Wow.
And this is for the coughing as well?
yeah, I had the sarcoid cough for like 2.5 years. It was bad. I figured my coworkers were about ready to kill me.
I have it for 25 years.
Ugh. I thought
Yep.
2.5 was bad.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't go away, so, you know, you got to live with it, manage it, and figure out what helps, if anything.
Well, the CellCept worked for me. It decreased it a lot. So my life is infinitely better with CellCept. So I just know it worked for me.
To the next slide. They also have, I also have severe, I had hypocalcemia. My calcium is really high right now, and my vitamin D is below the floor. Not a lot I could take, you know? Following the directions? Follow. Sorry. Yeah. Toward Perth and. Wow. Is anybody, I met 2 women that have severe fatigue every minute. I mean,
Yeah,
bad.
that's a side effect of the sarcoidosis.
Yeah, that's a common thing.
Yeah, that unfortunately they really don't have any too much to help that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It might be some over the stuff. Anybody else know of any?
No. Not yet, anyway. I mean, my eyes are pretty good right now, so that's good. That's 1 in a row for Carolyn. Yahoo!
All right. So I see that Miss Pete, she was here. She left now.
Oh, mine looks.
Anybody
No.
else have anything?
I wanted to talk to you, Frank, and whoever else wants to get into the whole one-pager and the advocacy part. But that sounds like that should be a separate conversation than this, because I feel like this is, I don't know. I just feel like, I think that's a big subject, and I want to help move things along with that. But I don't want to take the time away from anybody that has any issues that they want to related to the disease. But it'd be great to get a strong advocacy group together. I wasn't there for the meeting and the training, and I know that they realigned like everybody's positions. But I'm really not sure.
They have peer mentors, what they call now, that are going to be in charge of the advocacy part of it. And then they're going to have local advocates also who are going to work with the peer mentors.
Is that
and then
for advocating for the patient, or is it more for advocating for legislation?
Legislation, civil engagement.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So I guess I'll look on the website to see who's doing what.
Yeah, I know they're still putting up people's names. But as of right now, I know that the two peer mentors of civil engagement are Susie Torres and Carrie.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm kind of like there, but not in the background kind of thing, kind of helping whoever needs help.
Okay. Can you send me their names like in an email or something separate so I have that, and then I'll follow up with them, because I've been between the representative that we met and everything else that I've been able to gain from other portions information, that it would be great to be able to move that along. On another note, somebody was talking about putting together I think it was Jen was talking about putting together a march or a thing on Capitol Hill for 2021. Did anybody see that?
Yeah, that's Jen Cash was talking about doing that, yes.
Mary,
Yeah?
that's the person that I was talking about with our meeting.
Yeah.
She's the one that needs the assistance.
Right.
Hey, Trina. Let's see if she can actually connect to. I know a lot of people are having trouble here today. But yeah, so Mary, yeah, there are a couple. I know they're still deciding who's doing what yet. So as soon as I get the final on like who's involved in it, I know who the peer mentors are, but I don't know who the local advocates are yet. So once I get them, I'll definitely get you in touch with them.
Okay, great.
I'm a local advocate as well. I think I'm all three of them. I'm the peer mentor, local advocate, and patient navigator. That's a lot.
Doing it all there.
Yeah, I'm just a patient navigator and a peer mentor, so that's all I'm doing. I skipped out on the local advocate and the volunteer. I think I paid my dues, and I wanted to get out of the way for somebody else to be able to step up and do what they needed to do.
No, that's good to do also.
Yeah.
I mean, the way it is, I'm gonna be like, for me, I'm gonna be doing my advocating anyway. So I figured, let some of the others actually be the peer mentor. But I mean, if they need help, of course, I'll help whoever needs help. Is the way I looked at it.
That'd be great.
Because there's some people that that have been there since day one that can do pretty much every one of the peer mentoring. So I mean, it'd be kind of redundant if we do the same things over and over.
We tired. Somebody else do something. Cause we tired. we have literally. We were talking about that. Deborah and I were talking about that, about the original 17. This was our sixth training this year. Sixth. Wait. How many ever it is? It's fifth. And we went from being cramped up to the 17 of us being cramped up in a little bitty office to now being able to experience a conference center training and stuff like that. Yeah, we have, we were not being braggadocious, but we were saying we simply started a process that we want to see tons of people benefit from. Myself, Rodney, Frank. I mean, it's been a journey since we first stepped in Chicago, Illinois, at the Lincoln Hotel, and it has been a journey to see how much we've grown over these last how many so every years. And it's been, not only has it been a journey, it's been a pleasure to stand beside some of the, I didn't really know, you don't know how strong you are until you're standing next to some strong people. And I know the cliche says you don't know how strong you are until being strong is the only option you have. No, you don't know how strong you are until you're standing next to some even stronger people. And to see what a lot of these people have endured and been through, like, come on, why would people not want to join? Even if you don't join the journey for yourself, you got a sarcoidosis warrior standing next to you that's fighting just as hard for you as they're fighting for themselves. So.
Did you guys talk about a proclamation yet?
That's one of the things I think the local advocates and volunteers are doing, and they're supposed to reach out to a lot of us patient navigators and peer mentors so that they can get help and to get assistance with that if they don't already know.
Yeah, Kathy Wicks is already helping me because she doesn't live too far from me, and I'm not a shy person, but I'm nervous about this for some cuckoo
Don't be.
reason. I'll be fine. I can talk
You-
to anyone, no matter if you're President Trump.
Kathy Wick is one of the best, so you have no reason to be nervous, shy, or any of that stuff. Kathy Wick will hold your hand through the entire process because she's done that. She's one of the original 17 also. She will hold your hand through the entire process. So you have one of the best on your team. Trust me.
Yeah.
She helped me
She's awesome.
last year and previous years. She's great. What town are you in, Carolyn?
I live in Old Bridge, next to Matawan, New Jersey.
Okay, I used to live in Whippany.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, that's where you used to live, you said?
Yeah, now I live in Maryland.
Oh, nice. Anything's better than Jersey. These stupid taxes, for Christ's sake. Oh, yeah. But okay. I've been here my whole life. Been here my whole life. My next move is San Diego, near our boys. So that'll be good.
Nice.
In the meantime, I'm gonna try to do a lot and help as much as I can.
Awesome. Welcome.
I never knew there was a group before. I never knew there was a group until I went on the foundation. I was asked to go and look at it. I said, wow, this is amazing. Nobody ever talks about sarcoid. But, you know.
We do, and we've been doing it for a long time.
I see that. It's wonderful. It's great. It can only get better from here.
I just
Well,
absolutely
I hope everyone is feeling okay,
love you.
but it does change every minute. It changes like the wind, for God's sakes. Unfortunately. You know, I thought I had it really bad, and there's always somebody who has it worse than you, you know? So to get through it is great to have support.
Yeah, that's the one thing that, you don't have to worry about because there actually is a lot of support out there. What
Say
I
it
can
again,
tell, I can hear you.
What'd you say, Frank?
Oh, I was just saying that the one thing you don't have to worry about is we do have a lot of support.
Yep.
So, Miss T, did you want to say anything? I see that you came in the room.
Can't hear a lot. How many people are on our call? Does anybody know?
11 people are on it right now.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
We're having some real bad reception problems, Frank.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
It's a lot of feedback going on now.
Yeah.
They're trying to talking to Mr. Incan himself. They're trying to get that worked out. So just kind of be patient and bear with us for a second.
yeah. So
I am.
this
Just so
is
you guys know, if you're not speaking, I'm gonna mute you because there is a lot of background noise. So don't be upset if you are muted. Because
okay.
I'm trying to find out where the noise is coming from. Actually.
So this is Rick. I'm sorry about the platform today. There's something going on at GoToMeeting. We had these issues yesterday. I tried twice. They'll escalate and we'll try and resolve. We are getting feedback. We're getting some feedback. Don't mute, so you have to keep your volume down a little bit. But hopefully by
Okay.
the time we meet again in 2 weeks, this is all going to be worked out. This is the first time we've wrestled with these issues. Yesterday was the first time, so allow us to just try to work it out with GoToMeeting. I have to get afloat in another room, and I've got a feeling I'm going to have the same issues when we open the other room as well. But I wish you all well, and talk to you soon. I'll keep Frank updated. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Rick.
Oh,
Yeah. So, just so you guys know, just another thing, I actually am gonna. I think it's next month for April. I'm gonna have a. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to mute everybody else because I'm getting some sort of feedback. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna have for a guest speaker in April. I'm still working on it, but I think it's going to be the third Thursday. It's going to be a counselor. So, and then I'm working with Trina also to get a life coach or counselor also to speak. So we are going to have that. If anybody can get their doctors, like Chester or Regina or any Trina, or any of the moderators. Rodney's a moderator, so if any of you guys have a doctor that maybe be able to speak also, I would like to try to do that. If you want to speak, you have to
Okay.
take yourself off. I muted everybody. Sorry.
I'll work on it.
I know it's hard because I know my doctors don't really want to be doing this at 7 o'clock at night.
I'll do my best.
But we could try. And if not, what was that, Chester?
Frank, I was saying I'll do my best. I have a tentative schedule. Once I get back from this funeral, I'll work on it.
Okay, no problem. One of the things that I was working on with actually one of my doctors is they're going to pre-record, and I'll just play it. Unfortunately, we won't be able to ask them questions, but I will take all the questions and then I will go back and ask them all the questions. So that might be one option that you could give somebody. But I'm just trying to figure out different ways of trying to get doctors and counselors involved, because I think we really do need counselors involved also, because it is a support group, and having a counselor would be a nice way, to help a psychiatrist, psychologist, or a licensed counselor would also be a nice for everybody. So ask questions and, maybe they also, Trina, I don't know, or Chasta, do you guys talk to Nikki?
I did reach out to her while we were in DC, and I haven't gotten a response yet.
Okay. Because I was wondering if we can, maybe get her to talk about the insurance aspects. That would be nice. I'll try to reach out again too.
But I did have one more announcement.
Go for it, Chester.
Monday is a national holiday. It's my birthday.
I knew she
now
was
that's
gonna say
a national holiday.
Yep.
I knew she was gonna say that. Happy birthday, girl.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Be off that day for you.
Thank you, Mary. So I expect for Rodney to come up to South Carolina and cook that down home country boil for me.
I got to bring the bugs too.
No.
Oh, okay. You got bugs.
I got the bugs.
All right.
And for the new people that are in, I just wanted to I know I'm going to selfish plug my book here. I have a book that I wrote, and it came out in February 12th, actually, to be exact. It's on Amazon. It's
Wow.
it's really about strength and resilience and how I fought through not just sarcoidosis. There's excuse me. There's other things that have happened from childhood on up that actually made me who I am. I feel, and it made me a stronger person. But I just wanted to let you guys know that if you could, go the Kindle, and there's also a paperback. So we can, you can go through there. And also with that, if you do buy it and read it, please put a review up, because the more reviews we get, the more people will see it and will want to read it, and not just sarcoidosis community, because I want others to others to read it, to learn about sarcoidosis, because there is stuff about sarcoidosis, what it does and what it is. So it's also would be a good educational book for some of the other people who don't know about sarcoidosis, to get the word out there.
Nice.
I have a piece of good news too, by the way.
Go for it.
We're ready.
I will be doing a post for WeGoHealth.com regarding the Rare Disease Week. I've been writing all day today while I was at work, not doing work, working on my posts, so on my blog. So that'll be coming out March the 11th. So
Nice.
yeah.
Just so you guys know what We Go Health is, it covers all health issues, just all chronic pain, chronic illnesses, mental illnesses. It really goes across the whole gamut, and they work to try to get they work to get the word out there. B, they also try to help people who want to speak. They find them speaking gigs also. They really are. I mean, it's getting really big. We Go Health actually now. It's all over. Between Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and then they have their own award ceremony. It's been nominated for the last 4 years for them. Hopefully Regina will get her nomination this year.
We'll see, but I find it to be great for me because they do offer like mini courses, different things like that. How it helps you become a better advocate. Is what it does, and actually some of the questions make you think. So I'm like, I don't want to put nothing stupid up there. So,
They
but
they have a lot
I
of
enjoy
classes.
it. It's actually it's fun. It's kind of entertaining. You get to meet other people, network online, just like I did at Rare Disease Week. Barbara, that is correct. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they have little mini courses going all the time.
They have courses for speaking. They have courses just on social media. They have courses on advocacy. They really hit everything. So if you're like when you were talking about you want to be an advocate, they have webinars that you can do on your own. You don't have to wait for anybody else to do one. They really are very have a lot of information on them. On first.
Yeah, you could be a judge too. I wind up being a judge for one of the awards, so that was kind of fun too. So
yeah, I've been doing that for the last 2 years. That's pretty cool. I've been with them for 5 years now. Wow. I need to
just less than a year.
I need to cut my down a little bit, I think.
Now, do anybody do Rare across America? Rare, no. Mary helped me out.
Talking about rare on the road or
And
rare
the
across
one
America?
the one where we just talked to our people in our district and stuff.
That's rare across America.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course.
Just wanted to make sure.
No, you got it right.
Okay.
Yeah, Mary, I'm gonna actually um try to work. I hopefully work with you on that because I'm sending out to all the peer mentors and all the civil engagement local advocates a list of every senator and representative, so they can start working on that. But I have the listing, but I'm probably gonna get with you, Mary, soon on try to set it up with Rare Across America to for the same kind of dates and stuff and how they can do that. So they can
Yeah,
find-
because
Well,
it would
are
really
you all
be
talking about the in-district meetings?
rare across America.
yeah, they changed the name to Rare Across America now.
Yes.
I know. Everything sounds the same. Is there rare this, rare that? I'm a rare across America, rare on the road. Yeah.
But we are talking about the in-district meetings that they do when they're out on the summer breaks, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So, I've been trying to work it. I'm gonna try to set it up with you, Mary, and we can work, the sarcoidosis angle on it.
Absolutely.
Well, I can tell you what my experience with all the people from Indiana when we were doing our speaking with our elected officials. Let me tell you what, there is power in numbers because
Oh,
we
yeah.
wind up getting 2 of our Indiana officials to join the rare
Rare
disease
disease
caucus.
caucus.
Yes. Yep.
But
We
they see
Yeah,
were
votes. They see votes.
totally thrilled. Huh?
I say they see votes. When they
Yes.
see
Exactly.
you, they see votes. So that's what it takes,
Oh, I'm not
numbers.
voting for either one of them.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
but you got to
Yeah.
remember that we are a rare disease, but when you put us all together, that's 30 million people in the United States. That's a lot of people. Hi,
Mhm.
Connie. Can't hear you. Connie, are you there?
Hello.
Hey, hello. Yeah, did you have anything you wanted to speak about today since you came in?
Well, I just went to my pulmonary doctor yesterday and she said I had a infiltrate of my left lung and I don't really understand what that means. She said something about collapsed lung, but when I look it up, it doesn't say that. So I didn't know if anyone else had had that happen or not.
Anybody
I've had
have an
a
answer
collapsed
for you?
lung, but I'm not sure what the difference between what you're talking about is.
I know that's what when you look up
Yeah.
infiltrate, it says something about something in your lungs taking up space, but I I really wasn't sure because she called it a collapsed lung, but it's the left lower lobe. And I didn't know if that was common with Sark or if anyone else had had that happen.
Well, in most people that have pulmonary soft, you're gonna have infiltrates in your lungs.
Yeah, pulmonary is
Especially
what you,
what they call what they're seeing on the X-rays.
yeah, it
Are the
showed like,
type tissues that they see?
it just shows that one area is really dark, that area is really dark, and as opposed to the other side, like you can't see the rib or clavicle at all because it's darkened.
Sounds like to me that it sounds like your sock is very active in that area.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much my pulmonary doctor really knows about sarcoidosis because that's what I was kind of thinking too.
Frank, you're right. That's it. Exactly. Breast cancer.
But, you know,
Have you had a biopsy yet? A bronchoscopy?
Well, I have pulmonary sarc. I know. I had a biopsy about 10 years ago.
So did they run labs this time around?
Yeah, it just shows I have a high white count and said could be like pneumonia blocking it off or something.
And what's
But
the course of treatment?
antibiotics and steroids, the usual.
And when you go back, for your follow-up?
I just went yesterday and I go next week again. I'm Thursday I'm having a CAT scan done of it.
Okay. Just stay
Did a
on
CAT
top.
scan. They did a CAT scan about a month ago and it showed this, but the area has increased in size, so
Mm.
they're doing
Yeah.
another one.
Stay on top of it. Usually when I have an active when the sarcoidosis is active within my lungs, normally for me it is a routine, the antibiotics, the prednisone,
Yeah,
until 2 weeks, then go back, follow up, and then again if I have to do another batch round, then it gets repeated until it clears up,
that's
unfortunately.
what mine was. I had about a month ago the antibiotics and steroids. Thought I was feeling better and went back and it was worse on the x-ray, so they're going to do another CAT scan this
If,
week.
if
And
if you don't mind me asking, what milligrams do they have you on for the
um,
prednisone? Is it 5 or
it's
10?
the it's 10,
Taper
it's
down.
but it's the 4 a day, then
Yeah,
for 4
the taper
days.
down.
Right.
Yeah. You might have to stay on it for a month. Just stay on top of it. And if you have
Yeah.
any questions, you can always reach out to one of us.
But you've had that happen too.
I get it like clockwork. Like
Oh, really?
clockwork. It's unbelievable. Do you get thrush with it as well from taking so many antibiotics?
I haven't yet. Waiting for
Okay.
that to happen though. They just told me to make sure I rinse my mouth out real good. Of course, they gave
Yep.
me, I have all my inhalers and I have the nebulizer and all that stuff.
Yep.
So
Yep. That's how it
doing that,
goes.
I didn't know if it was common with SARC or, you know, um,
Well, it's case by case, but I can tell you, I rest assured, I've been down that route, and I often go down that route. So pretty much that's what it is, and that's the only way of them treating it to get it to kind of like the inflammation to calm down or go away.
don't really feel that bad. I'm not running a high fever or anything, so it doesn't feel,
Well,
I've had pneumonia before. It didn't feel like, felt a lot worse than this, but
yeah. Well, I don't know what it is to have pneumonia, but I can attest to what it's like to constantly be on and off antibiotics and prednisone to get the inflammation down, to clear your lungs, and that's the reason why they give you antibiotics, cut down
right.
that mucus, and to help with the
Yeah.
inflammation as well. And that's something new that they really started within, I think, the last 3 years, because prior to that, they was just only giving prednisone.
Yeah. No, they've gave me both times. In fact, the last time a month ago, they gave me a shot also with it, a shot of steroids. But just I think they're just going to wait and see what this one says tomorrow.
yeah, look, don't be afraid to go and get another opinion of what's going on.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a SARC expert,
Yeah,
have
I'm
to drive
supposed to be
away.
a brain surgeon.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying,
That's right, Brittany.
Yeah. Well, I
because
just thought I figured
it's
I would
really,
ask you all because I mean, the patients know better than the doctors sometimes, but sounds like I'm on the right treatment anyway, just have to keep at it.
yeah, but it's not really good for you to keep going on antibiotics. You
No,
Yeah,
be
I was
on them
gonna
for
say
10
that's
days and then, you're off a week and then you go back on them for 10 days. Your body starts to get immune to what the antibiotics are actually supposed to.
yeah, this is a different antibiotic this time. They did like the CPAC thing or whatever before, and this is I can't remember what it's
Well,
called
Connie,
now.
you're on the right track. Like Rodney said, if you when in doubt, second opinion is always best.
Yeah.
Like I can't convey to you like Rodney had. After the second dose of the antibiotics, the second bag, I would see if there's other alternatives. If not, not run to a second opinion.
I kind of been burning the candle at both ends, taking care of a husband with knee surgery, so it's kind of hard to rest. That's probably not helping a lot either. But and we're
Yeah.
adopted our 3 great grands, so our household's pretty busy most of the time. But I told them I don't need to go in. I can do everything at home they can do there at the hospital. So I can do my breathing treatments just fine at home. So how is everybody else? I missed most of the meeting.
Well, actually, this meeting has been a lot of fun because I guess they changed the system here for GoToMeeting, so people have been going in and out and losing, can't talk and all this other stuff. So we've been kind of just dealing with that today. So it's might have been a good one to miss.
Yeah, I missed a lot of them. I was so busy with the kids, but I wanted to ask that question. Thought I'd hop on and see how everybody else was doing. Kathleen, didn't you just get out of the hospital?
Kathleen actually, she did leave. She's not feeling well, and plus her husband has a flu. He's just been swabbed, so hopefully it's just the flu. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I've been swabbed both times and didn't have type A or B flu, so
so there's been 2 people so far, only 2 people in New York that have gotten that coronavirus. Fortunately, one of them is at the same hospital as Kerry Long. She gets her infusion, so that's
Oh
okay.
boy.
Yeah.
that's
My
not good.
got
I
a
don't think that's good.
Yeah, my
No.
sister got a notice that one of the kids at Yeshiva University in New York City has been diagnosed and put in quarantine.
I just
Oh,
heard that.
That was that kid, that was father this is her father who has was diagnosed with it.
I just listened to the news last night, and 6 more people passed away from the virus.
In China?
no,
No, in
here
the United States.
What?
in
Washington,
Washington.
right?
In
Numbers up to
Washington.
9 now.
It's
Yeah,
up to
That have
9.
passed away
yeah.
in the U.S.
I don't know how they're going to deal with this. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just washing my hands a lot, and I know the masks
Yeah.
don't protect us, but I've been wearing my mask because every time I cough, somebody acts like they're going to run the other way.
I thought that might happen to somebody.
Yeah. I was thinking about going to the movie theater and see how many people I could clear out and have the place to myself. We
That's
cough all the time with this disease, so
really use sarcoidosis to your advantage.
That's right.
Oh
Now, I was
gosh.
saying to somebody today that a lot of the symptoms we already have.
I know. How would we even know if
Could
we
you
had it?
imagine? Yeah.
The fever would be the big telltale.
Yeah, I haven't had fever with this, just every once in a while 99 or so, but not much fever. But yeah, you cough and they just I actually had a guy move 4 chairs down from me.
I got a letter from my rheumatologist that told me that if I don't have to go there, that don't go.
Don't go. Right.
I know.
I was like, well, I have rheumatoid arthritis in my heart. I need to go there.
But you know, if you have any type of infection, immune system compromise, you know, the hospital is the worst place you can be.
The
I know
worst.
that's
So
what I
many
told them.
germs.
That's what I said. I said, I'm better off at home than being in a hospital. I feel much safer being at home right now.
You bet. Just don't overdo it. You know?
Yeah.
I know people must think I'm anal, but at my job, I'm cleaning down with my Clorox wipes every time. Nope. I send everybody away because I work right at the front desk. Like,
Oh boy.
y'all want to supply? We don't supply y'all students, so go somewhere else.
You bet.
I don't have time to deal with it.
Yeah, I would wipe everything down if I don't work anymore, but if I did, I sure would be wiping everything down. I already use my sleeves to open doors and and I've
Right.
always done that since having Sark because, it's not just now. I always worry about germs with this disease.
Yeah, my wife works actually at a daycare center, but she works at a daycare center. Oh, nice, Mary. A daycare center at a university, and she's like really, really, really afraid of bringing it home more than anything else.
Oh yeah, daycare center is like the
Okay.
worst place to be.
All right, Mary, you talked me into it. Oh.
You're muted.
Is she getting a margarita or something? Because I'll have one.
Drink even after ourselves. Now I'm celebrating my good results, and red wine is good for the heart. So.
Oh, that does look good. Yeah, I might have to have a glass of that too.
Mary,
That
do
at
you
least
cough a
not
lot?
be.
No,
That at
I'm
least.
cardiac. I'm all cardiac.
Wow.
So I just got results. You were came in a little later. I just got
A little
results
later.
that my lungs I don't have active Sarc. I have scar tissue that's still in organs, but I don't have any active inflammation in my lungs anymore.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a
That's good.
celebration.
Exactly.
The
But
cardiac
I
part's
can't
not
drink
good.
red wine with the pulmonary sarcoid. I can't do it.
Why?
Makes me cough.
Huh.
You name it, and Carolyn is coughing. Woo-wee.
Huh.
Texture in food, and that's it. Here's a toast to you girls.
There's one
All
for
of
you.
all of you.
Well,
Frank, I
it's
hope
just.
you're not recording this and putting this up on YouTube.
I totally
We're
forgot
gonna
that
be
this is
able to
being
hear it or understand anyway.
They'll just think we're a fun group. That's all. We gotta laugh. We gotta have some fun.
Oh my God. I gotta be careful. I'll pee in my pants.
Uh-oh.
Stop making me laugh, please.
About 5 more
Carol,
minutes.
you say you're from New Jersey?
Yes.
Okay, because it's your guy that's going to help us out.
Who's gonna help us out?
Josh.
Garheimer.
I totally missed what you guys said.
From
Frank.
His
Hey,
name
Frank.
is Sarcoidosis. He's a representative from New Jersey.
near Sparta.
Nice.
His mother passed away from sarcoidosis, and he is ready to be our champion. His words exactly.
Wow.
So we're
That's
going to help him,
great.
and he's going to help us. That's the plan.
Good.
That's great. We need all the
Hey,
help we
Frank.
can get.
Ain't let them outdo us, Frank.
All right.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
What a riot.
This turned into a party.
They only knew our first year. That stuff.
You know, Sometimes you just got to do what you just got to do.
That's right.
Little story. Rodney and I closed out a bar at the hotel. The first year that we had ambassador training, just me and Rodney, and that was it. And they were like kicking us out.
Oh God.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, they never did let us come back to that hotel, Frank.
Had a good
Oh,
view though.
But we were drinking
What are you
Jameson that
missing out
night.
on?
Yeah.
And then we had to be up at like 8 o'clock for the training.
oh.
Yeah,
Was
that's
that,
early.
was that in DC too?
That was over in Chicago.
Where?
Chicago.
Oh, okay. Like one of your very first meetings.
It was the first.
In the last, no.
Oh, my wife called. She say, you coming to the room?"
Wife was texting me, "Are you ever gonna come back?"
Did you tell him
Oh,
you were,
Excellent.
did you tell him you were discussing serious business?
I told the truth. I said, "Frank and I are drinking right now."
No way we were gonna put in $500 million.
First time we met.
You're gonna have me a coughing attack.
And
And
you people are as crazy as me. That's
I was
refreshing.
what? When you have a condition or whatever, you gotta have some humor.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
you
yeah.
right.
better have humor.
Oh my gosh.
It's the only way to get you through it,
Yes.
especially when you have the coughing bouts that you can't breathe.
I know.
And then, everybody wants to help you, especially your spouse or whoever's with you. I said, you can't do anything to help me. Do I take you to the hospital? No. I just
Yeah,
got to
don't
let
make
it
me
play
talk.
out. And I don't
Yeah,
want to
when
be
you're
talking.
when you're turning all red and purple and every other color from because you can't breathe.
God help us all.
Yeah. I'll drink to that.
Frank, we might have to change this to an AA meeting.
No, no. I quit.
/AA.
What you say? Sarcoidosis AA, huh?
Yeah.
Special club within the club.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
hate to break it up, but it's that time. Thank you guys for making me smile.
Excellent.
Me
Thanks
too.
for organizing again.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Nice meeting you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take
Thank you, Miss
care.
Jersey.
All right,
Thank you.
Miss TT.
Yeehaw!
Take
On the third
care.
Thursday.
Take care,
Take care,
everyone.
everyone. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.